great day to be a Tiger. JSU by 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for athletic program.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU by 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million. September to August, let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU by 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU by 40.
What's good? What's good? What's up, Tiger Nation? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Got a quick live reaction. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button as you're coming in. I'm telling y'all right now from the jump, we ain't discussing nothing but winners tonight. If you're a loser, if they on a losing team, I don't want to hear their name. I don't want to hear about no ifs. I don't hear nothing about it. We 7-3. Shout out to them Jack State Tigers for getting that dub today. All wins are beautiful, but we're going to talk about it, though. What's up, bro?
What's happening, Pippin? What's up, V? I Love family? Before we get started, who got it better than us? Nobody.
I mean, you know, hey, we won today. That's all we can do.
Hey, man, we got 7 dubs, man. We're sitting at 7-3 right now.
Guaranteed to have worst case scenario 7-4 season. You're right. Great.
So check this out. We're 7-3 right now, and I got to shout out Dre, but I knew this as well. But I was waiting until the next game. But I did want to say this: no coach in JSU history has won more in the first 10 games than TC Taylor.
Hey, that's right. Hey, Corey Thompson, great comment. We're gonna get into that, but we're gonna start off on a high note, man. You know, tale of two halves. You know what I'm saying? I'll go ahead and jump right into it. I call Zoe. I mean, my reaction is pretty simple, man. I'm gonna speak about it from a standpoint of what's not. I watched the game up close and personal, up close in person, just like everybody else that was there. Shout out to the whole family and the crew that had a chance to make it to the game. And love the energy of the team, even after the win. You know, nobody really holding their head down. You know, they weren't sulking. It was an exciting end to a game. And it didn't have to end that way, but it ended the way God wanted it to. It went the way how he wanted it to go. We made it a little tougher than what we had to. You know what I'm saying? But we got the win. It got to a point, though. I started going into Al Davis mode, man. You know who my team is, man. So you know my motto was simple: just win. Baby. That's it. Just win. Let me tell you something, man. I am changing my mindset. My mindset is different for this team. My mindset is all victories are beautiful, man. It's a beautiful story in every victory, even adversity, even bad decisions, even mistakes. If you come out in the end with a win, We got 7 of them things. Now the vet has been tough. It's been a tough place for us to win games in. You know what I mean? And but I open up like this right here. I'm gonna say it. I'm taking a glass half full approach tonight. Normally I come on and I'm ranting and raving. You know what I'm saying? But my mentality is a little different. Shout out to everybody who came up to us and showed all kind of love today. But though I am a little disappointed, and my disappointment does not lie with the team today. I thought the team played together as a team. They had some. They didn't execute how they wanted to execute in some regards as a team. They mistaked as a team and they lost as a team. But my disappointment was with. Let me say it this way. Shout out to everybody that made it to the game today. I want to celebrate those true blue Tigers that could make it, not those that could not make it for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Like yourself, you know, we know that everybody's not going to be able to be where they need to be or want to be sometimes. But I was disappointed, though. I was disappointed before there was even a kickoff because I've never seen. It's been a long time, bro, since I've been able to walk through the tailgate area, and we could have played flag football in the tailgate parking lot about a 50-yard stretch. We was cutting through angle. Now we already know in 2 weeks that thing gonna be packed and swole like the Nutty Professor lip. But today, man, we didn't look like how we needed to look today as a support base. And I ain't gonna jump down nobody's throat. I just want to say we need to do better. We need to do better in that regard. And it's okay. But then again, is it really? You know, I think Jackson State needs a 35,000 seat stadium. So when we have games like this, it would have been rocking in that thing. The vet is big, bro. But at the same time, hey, man, we got to be better, man. We got to be better. So been to 10 straight games this season. Now, I don't expect nobody to move how I move. I don't. But it's going to be hard telling me that you can't when you can. And if you choose not to when you can, I no longer want to have the conversation about how many. I do not want to have the conversation about how many home games we have per year. I'm done with that conversation. I'll listen, but I'm not going to entertain it. I don't care how many home games we have going forward.
I agree.
I do not care. I will not have that conversation anymore. You know why? Because it's malarkey.
I said another choice of word, but okay.
You can have 6 home games, and some are only going to go to the 2 that they want to go to. I ain't saying you didn't buy season tickets. I'm talking about butts in the seats. It was high school day to day. A lot of high schoolers, man. Jackson State hosted 4,600 high school and transfer students today, potential Jackson State Tigers. It was a great look, man. It was a great showing. But we can do better, man. We can. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to drop some clips this week, and it ain't going to be too pretty. You know what I'm saying? And but we're going to guard the yard. So I just wanted to open up with that. We're going to get into the game, but I had to get into that. My energy was a little off because I just felt like, damn, man, we got to continue to support. And we got the dub. Here we are, 7-3.
Before you move on to that, because I want to expound on that, because that's a touchy subject.
Let's roll. I'm gonna follow.
I'm not gonna stay on it long, but that's a touchy subject for me because the way I view the crib, you know what I'm saying, and the way I view our fan base and the way I view our city, you know, it's not malarkey to me. It's bull jive. It is what it is. It goes the one end out the other with me. But I will say this. That's why I really feel like even the good number of fans that we have to even want to, I feel like a good portion of fans, your energy for going to the games don't match your energy for a gripe that you got to give about the performance of the team. It don't equate.
You say all the time, though. I'm gonna quote you. You say, your actions are gonna confirm or deny what your mouth says. And I'm not. This is not an. I don't know you, whoever the you is. I'm just saying, as a collective unit, the support wasn't what it could be. Now the support was great crowd today. Shout out to Richard. I'm starting in reverse. You know, I'm giving credit first, bro, and then I'm gonna talk about the opportunities. I appreciate Richard in the end for engaging the crowds, though, to get loud. That was by far the loudest the vet has been all season. I'm not BSing. I'm sorry, Richard. Going forward, you no longer have any more excuses to not get the crowd going. Now listen, he still said DJ Martin on the running back. You know what I'm saying? He still say, you know what I'm saying, Fabian McGarry, that type of stuff. You know, he said Joe Perkins made a tackle today. Joe Perkins ain't even on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I take inventory on all that stuff. So trust me, dog. I pay attention to it. But in the end, he said, Jackson safe hands. I need everybody out your seat, and we need to make some noise and let this defense know we here. And boy, everybody got up and got loud. The energy got going, man. Richard in the fourth was the MVP, dog. I got to get. Hey, we be hard on Richard, man. We be hard on Richard.
But that confirmed that he should have the energy for the entire game.
I'm just saying we could be better. That's all I'm saying. This is from a place of love. From a place of love. We won the game, though.
But still, because I wanted to say, man, look, for any Jackson to hear me, because it's like I'm telling you, our gripes for what we see on the field is way louder than the same energy for you not bringing your ass to the game.
Ooh, you going somewhere with that, bro. I just think you're right about that, though.
And so that's my issue, because at the end of the day, man, there is no excuse for JSU under any circumstance not to be getting 35,000 fans a game. And then on top of that, Ken, we sit here, we need a 50,000 seat stadium, but you don't want to come to the game. You're not buying season tickets. And then we want to sit here. We sit here at 6-3 with 2 home games left. Hey, and then we want to sit there and say, oh, well, it's not an attractive game. It don't matter who we playing. Should be there.
It's a Jackson State game. It's attractive to me.
That's what I'm saying.
We could be playing, Lincoln out of California. I don't care. I'm there. If I can get there, if God blesses me with the resources and energy and health to get to the game, I'm gonna make it happen. But I just wanted to say that we could have done better in that area, but that doesn't take away from those that did take time out, those that did travel. I appreciate those that got on the road, traveled, packed their kids up, came to the game, made it a great weekend. That was a great event. But at the same time, I'm not worried about next in 2 weeks. Listen, y'all. In 2 weeks when we play Alcorn, because you see Alcorn got control of the West, that game gonna mean something. And guess what? Them Purple Braves from T-Sizzle gonna be in the vet, and it's gonna be rocking in that thing. So we're gonna be deep in 2 weeks. We're gonna be deep, and everybody gonna be taking photos of the crowd and talk about how great how much the vet. We're gonna be 50,000 in that thing. I think we're gonna hit 50,000 in that game in 2 weeks, brother. I really do. But I don't worry about the Alcorn in the Southern games. Those aren't the games I really worry about. The games I worry about are the Bethune-Cookmans and the Texas Southerns. You know what I'm saying? When the opponent isn't that attractive and the support is needed, man. They want to see that. Those players pick up that energy off of that, man. So, and we'll I'll let you say what you got to say about that. But I didn't leave angry today. I didn't leave angry. I didn't leave nothing. I left out of there like, phew, we won. Phew, 7-3. Come on, we got to get one more, baby. We finished 8-3. And then we go into recruiting season and we dominate and we come back ready to compete for a championship. That's my mentality, man. So
my thing is, I'll leave you go ahead and jump onto it, man. Because again, like you, man, look, I'm just gonna tell you, Jess, you get a dub. J's up to my days up. Y'all see all these J's on me. Jess, you get a win. All is right with the world, dog. I'm telling you. I
told somebody when we was leaving. Imagine watching that game and we leave losing 21-19. And it's a tale of 2 halves. First half, we looked pretty good. Second half, we got real stagnant. The play calling was very elementary. A couple of mistakes. But this was we had some opportunities, man. I talked to Bradley after the game, and Bradley was like, man, it should have, man, we fought to the end and we got it out. Shout out to my boy Tim Stewart from that Hazel of the Hearst down there, and got him 2 of them things, man. What we up to? We are up to, Man, we up to 17.
Oh, 17. Okay, I about to say 16, 17.
Shout out to them DBs, man, for getting them interceptions, man. So 17 interceptions on the season thus far. And shout out to Jacoby. And we'll get into it, man. 3 touchdowns for him. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say it's funny because number 5 made a comment on Twitter last night, and I responded to him. Said, number 5.
Who was that?
Quay Davis.
He a loser today, ain't he?
No, hold on. But see, he number 5. So he made a comment last night. He said it's gonna be a long day. I said it's gonna be about as long as it's gonna take y'all to win 5 games. And so, needless to say, what I told you last night. I said he averaging 35 yards a game. He might hit his average. He was under that today.
Yeah, man. But I say this, man. Just my reaction. Those are my pain points today. We're gonna get into the football side of it. But I will say this: I talked to KT Dub after the game, and he gave some really good perspective. And I'm not sure if he'll join us tonight. If you're watching, bro, come on up, chop it up with us. He said something that I thought was real poignant. And this was Jacoby and Morgan's 3rd start. I feel like he's growing in the role. He said he saw a lot of progression with this team. Now it's not gonna. Now the coaches can help. The play calling could be much better. I was not a fan of the play calling today, especially in the red zone, 1st and 3. I'm not going to put the ball in the hands of my quarterback to throw a potential out. You remember Shador threw that pick at in the SWAC championship game when we got in the red zone and we tried to get cute, and that young man jumped up and got that thing over in the end zone, same end zone. And everything. So if it's 1st and 3 after that pass interference where the young man basically was holding Portillion over in the corner, hey man, I'm gonna put Ahmad Miller or Desmond Moultrie in that thing, and I'm gonna run it down your throat. I'm not gonna. It's too simple, man. And like I said, there's no disrespect to nobody, none of the coaches, but I know football. And I know simplicity, you know what I'm saying? And I like the KISS method even when they come in football. Keep it simple, stupid. And I'm just not smart enough, Zoe, to outthink myself in the red zone when I got them big boys up there opening them holes up. And I'm going to slam that thing down your throat, man. No, pause a little bit. But anyway, I'm just trying to tell you, man. I'm running it up, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to run the ball, bro. I'm on the 3-yard line and it's 1st down. Hell, I got Jacoby and Morgan, who's a matchup, who's a runner himself. I'm not passing the ball. That really could have been a pick 6. The young man had a great break on the ball, but shout out to 7 for the focus and grabbing that touchdown.
I'm gonna say it better than you, man. If it's a better player, that's an interception. But
if that's an interception, we're having an entirely different conversation. Even though we went up 14-0, I walked away from that shaking my head like, why are we doing that? Why are we making it so difficult? I went and told Corey, I said, Corey, shout out to D. Corey C. I said, Corey, you wrote a book, didn't you? What's out of your book?
Life is easy.
Life is simple. We just make it hard. We made that damn drive way more harder than it had to be. And I'm not gonna tell the folks that know football that they ain't, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. They said why JD taking. He wasn't taken out of the game. He got banged up. I told Zoe the same thing. JD was cooking. He got banged up again, man, and he wound up having to come out of the game. And he was actually in street clothes. So for those that didn't know, JD did not go back in the game. It wasn't because he got pulled. It was because he might have re-aggravated something. Don't know what the injury was, but he was not 100%. That's why he did not return back to the game. I'll pause, Zoe, and let you jump in there.
I'm gonna say this, man. You're right. Tale of 2 halves, but I also think it's a tale of a different tale between offense and defense.
I'm starting to think, man, that maybe our press box is so far up in the sky that our offensive coordinator is having a hard time calling plays they're way down there on the field. I don't know what it is, bro. But we have not looked very good in the vet this season, and it is what it is. It's a young rebuilding team. But let me shut up. I'm gonna be quiet and let you go uninterrupted. Go ahead, brother.
I think it's a tale between offense and defense. We can actually get into the different intricacies of what we look like in different phases that we struggle on offense, and I think all things can be true. on all fronts, right? No matter what the prism is. But when it comes to defense, the one thing that I saw from this game, even though we struggled at some point in times, this game, more than any other game this season, to me, was a character building game for this defense. Character building game for this defense in this particular game. The reason why I say character building, because you have to understand, we cannot lose sight that this is a first year in a new regime, new system, new players, all that, right? And mind you, this game is like, to the outside world, this is a game where we're playing for, some people say pride, right? The game doesn't matter, but they do. Because again, it's character building. We're building on something, again, to transition and segue into the spring, into the year two, because we're seeing new things, new players, and these guys put it on the line today. And as you stated, the camaraderie was better. You know what I'm saying? They played for each other today, so they're out there having fun. Again, Texas Southern came with a good, to me, Texas Southern had a good philosophy on offense this game. I love what they did scheme-wise. I love what they called. But again, I feel like, again, there was some push and pull. They had some success, Ken. But I think this defense, it was a character-building game. I think in a strange way, we grew some. Now, granted, it depends on your prism, because just as good as I'm saying this, Ken, somebody could easily say, well, you know what? If they had better quarterback play, they probably could have had some success. Well, we can always raise another if on defense whenever you raise that. So that's minutia. Even though what you're saying could be true, I can also look at something else on our end where we may have been lacking as well. But great character building game on defense. Now, when it comes to offense, the main thing I took away, without even getting to the coaching, Ken, the main thing I took away was, I believe our O-line regressed today. 94 had his way all game long. O-line struggled. Now you coincide that with what you mentioned earlier. You know what I'm saying? And then that's a recipe for you to struggle and not thrive. Specifically, a lot of what you did last week. And I still think, from an offensive standpoint, I think we kind of went away with a lot of things that worked last week. And I think
hitting the tight end in the middle of the field.
And I think that, and I really did think that we would do more of what we did last week, knowing that Texas Southern was worse against the run than UAPB was. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, we had greater success. And it's like, I just feel like the game plan, I should say, changed quite a bit. But I think had we stuck to that, I think we probably had a little bit more success. To me, it only seemed like, from a passing standpoint, we really only had two options or two types of throws the entire game. It was either a screen. No, well, we only had one vertical play, the long bum, but everything else was going to be a screen. And it's like, that's pretty much it, And now, granted, I'm saying it, but guess what? We could have a different energy if we're not holding on the long on the quick screen to 7.
Yep, that's correct.
It's other, like, again, other minutiae in that, but not to be too long-winded. I agree with you. Tell the two halves, but also a distinct difference when we talk about offense and defense.
Yeah, he did miss him. I mean, but again, the quarterback are gonna. I saw some people saying a couple of things. Let me go back and grab some of these comments, because I didn't want to. Because one of the things I did want to do better was, like, not interrupt and let you finish your point. Then I'll go back and grab it. But 1 second, real quick. We burn. Yeah, great point. We do burn a lot of timeouts because we can't. Something is just off there. It's kind of been a consistent thing. I think that's also some first-year coaching woes.
Well, some of his players.
Two of them
was on players.
Yeah. I'm saying, like I was gonna say, first-year coaching woes and also growing pains within a team. When you have a lot of injuries, we had a lot of injuries this season, and we had some personnel changes and stuff like that. So you just keep winning, though. You know what I mean? And I like a TC Taylor in year one winning ugly games, and you learn how to win. I said that I felt like Texas Southern was a decent team that does not know how to win. And we're I think we're a pretty good team that's learning how to win in a new system, new regime, new leadership. And we got 7 of them, man. Regardless of how we feel about the games, the game, like I said, the game that really sticks in my teeth is really the homecoming game. I just would love to see what the conversation would be like for us right now if we were 8-2. But we'll take 7-3. Let's keep rolling. I'm gonna go to some of these comments. Fewer turn. Yeah, we did not turn the ball over today, Zoe.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So when you look at the improvement, no turnovers today. No fumbles. So we protected the ball. We Jacobian really doesn't throw the not so much throw the ball in harm's way. So that was a great improvement. Fewer turnovers. That turnover that with DJ, he didn't really have to. I wish he would have just let him go when 7 ran by. That 7 would have got that. Shout out to, but you know what, man? Shout out to Kobe Paul, man. Young man just works. Had a great game today, man. Great freaking game today. Made a great move. Got in the red
ball.
Yeah, man. Kobe Paul had a great game today, man. And I love to see his his maturation and continued development, man. He's a great story, and he's becoming a fan favorite for a lot of folks.
Man, look, he hit that X button, hit that triangle one time. He get with that pause, man. All that blocking.
Yeah, he did take a lot of sacks. Harris went away from running. That's why. So it was a couple of times, even in the third quarter, man, where I felt like it's a philosophy thing. If my running back gets me 8-9 yards on the first down, bro, and it's 2nd and 1, I kind of understand the concept of taking a shot on 2nd and 1 because either way it go, you're gonna be third and short. But Zoe, I'm of the mindset I like first downs, bro. If I get 2nd, I also used to be a fullback, you know what I'm saying, before I eventually just stuck on defense, right? But I remember the system was if the running back gets 5 or more yards, he earned the right to run that thing another time. That's kind of how some coaches have their philosophy, where they come back. And I get we run a lot of spreads and a lot of pass-happy offenses and stuff. But, it was just a lot of little tidbits in there that I felt like it didn't flow well. I'm not a fan of East-West football. I absolutely hate screenplays all game, bro. I'm not a fan of that. I want to go up the field. And if my weapon is my tight ends, then by golly, when we went to the tight ends, we dropped 40 and it was wet outside. You can't tell me that we couldn't win back in. Now you say, okay, Texas Southern has that better DB play than UAPB. Listen, but I didn't see that today. I thought like you said, we go away from some things that work. So let me get caught up on these things. Costly holding calls. 12 players on the field after timeout was brutal. That can't happen, man.
Hold on. Let me address this because I do have to say this with all due respect. Your viewpoint was different from mine, Ken. Okay, but let me speak to my viewpoint. All right. Call the timeout. TC Taylor's in the huddle in the timeout with who's going out there. Visibly upset to even use the timeout.
Because it was 12 men on the field.
Oh, no. This is before.
No. It was 12 men on the field when he called the timeout.
I know. Hold on. I'm going to tell you. Yeah. Yeah.
Beforehand, that's what he was pissed off about.
Yeah, he was pissed off about it. But he's giving instruction during the timeout, right? I'm saying what I'm saying because I actually saw some stuff out there saying that even though after the timeout, you get a penalty that is coaching. No, it ain't. No, it's not. It wasn't coaching. That's what I'm saying. My viewpoint was different. It wasn't coaching. You can't be coaching when the coaches are engaged and giving instruction in something. It's a other layer to it. Because at the end of the day, if I give you instruction and then I got some people who are not into it, it can't be on coaching, dog.
This is what look at this comment. It said they put the defense out there and 7 still went out there.
So that means it's coaching, right? It's okay to say a player fucked up. They ain't coaching.
Coaching, he's on fantasy, but not looking and told him accountable. I think there's a difference of opinion. Cantrell, you can say if you say it's coaching, then you just say it's coaching, and he say it's not coaching. You just agree to disagree. I don't think. But you speak for that. I ain't in there.
You say I can't save the coach. I ain't got to save him. How is it coaching if a coaching is engaged in a timeout, specifically trying to coaching to the point that you have an issue with. So how is it coaching? So as a parent, if I go out there and I'm parenting my kid, and while I'm talking, and they still go out there, the moment I stop talking and go do it, it's still on me? At what point do you sit there and say, the child just didn't listen, or the player didn't listen? A player fucked up and still went out there. Because guess what? Go back and look at the player who was coaching. They called safe punt. Thank you.
So somebody else went out there, not 7.
Well, I'm saying that's semantics. What I'm saying is they called safety punt. Whoever was back deep shouldn't have been back there. That's the point that I'm getting at.
No. Safe punt, he is going to be back there. They're saying that
whoever the extra player was, that's not coaching. Somebody else went out there. What I'm saying is they called what they need to be called.
What they're saying is count the players. That's what it was. So, okay. I was actually told this because I was on the opposite side of the field. I didn't know why we called it.
Hold on. Okay, let me just say this. Don't be quiet. By a show of hands in the comments, how many of y'all actually play football, be on the sideline? Because I'm gonna put y'all on something. When they call something, you say it's coaching, they count. That ain't really how they go. When they call something, they run. That's how they go. They call something and they run. It's not coaching. It's not coaching. They call something because by the time it'll be too late. And guess what? As soon as they got out there, it's like, oh shit, what the hell you doing out there? Because I can guarantee you, as soon as whoever extra was out there, get back on the sideline, coach is chewing them a new asshole. It ain't coaching, bro. And I'm
not. It's a comment. Coach shouldn't have to count players. You're supposed to know what teams you're on.
And all they're gonna do is yell what they yelling. It don't work like that.
See, this is the thing. It's a low-hanging fruit. If it's a mistake, it's coaching. I didn't even when I'm factoring in coaching, I'm looking at situational football. I'm looking at play call. I didn't actually equate that, and I'm not trying to save anybody. Don't speak for me. That leave me out of your thoughts and opinions. I'm telling no, you good, bro. I'm just when I say what I'm about to say, you can agree or disagree. I ain't trying to save nobody. You can, and I trust me. I'm gonna leave that alone. Now, when you go into coaching and look at everything, if you tell me that if a player makes a mistake and runs out when he's not supposed to, that's on the coach, I mean, that's your decision. At what point does it become a player mistake where someone makes a bonehead decision, runs out there, and now you're in a situation where you don't have any more timeouts? Maybe you can say, okay, we shouldn't have. My thought process was this. I don't know why we called timeout initially. I would have just stayed where we were. If we had 11 on the field, I would have just rolled with it. You see what I'm saying? Even and just say, hey, just defend it. Now, why we called the timeout, I have to really find out exactly why, because I don't really have an opinion on that. I don't know why. But when we go back out there, we can't go back out there and have 12 men on the field. Now, here's what I do know. It's some people that don't like our coach, don't like none of the coaches. It's some people that get out on social media and say that. So a lot of it going to be based off how you feel about the coach anyway. I chalk it up to we had a green day when it comes to that. Coaches are growing. But in the end, we still won. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't feel like we should have been in that situation. 4th and 4, you can't have that mistake. It can't happen. It cannot happen. And today it happened. So I'm pretty sure they're going to discuss, if they haven't already, why. I'm pretty sure he'll even do it. And that's just that. You know what I'm saying? So luckily for us, it didn't cost us the game. It almost, but almost don't count. So at the end of the day, yes, everybody and their mama know it was a screw up. But you and I, we splitting hairs on why you feel like it was a screw up. I would more so rather understand what actually happened. And then I'll make my opinion from that. So if you want to say it was coaching, cool. I ain't going to change your mind. It cannot happen, period. Whether it's a bonehead mistake by a player, whether it's whatever it is, whether a coach made a mistake or made a bad call, it can't happen. Now that we've established that it can't happen and it was a screw up, I want to get to the why, the real why. And I think Coach will give us those answers. I think he'll explain that if somebody asks that question. I'm not a part of that group that usually interviews Coach to ask those questions, because I do want to know. When y'all see it, come back and let us know. I want to come back and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? This game can't wait, stressed out. I'm trying to hold my tongue. Play. You don't have to hold your tongue. Again, y'all, I'm not finna blow no damn blood vessel. I'm not coming in here blowing a blood vessel in a win. We know what it was. I said that. Questionable play calls. That's for the coaches to decide how they choose to adjust and adapt. But boy, we won 7 games. We won 7 games. Though it's been brutal, man. It's been brutal at times. And I respect everybody's mindset, how they feel, but I ain't finna do that no more. I'm done doing that. I was more so had the heart attack feelings though when we were playing for something. When we were playing for the playoffs, so we planned to stay in the SWAC championship race. After we lost that, I just kind of brought it on down and started accepting things for what I see. We call a mistake. We call a screw up. We call it that. We call it that. But what I ain't going to do is I'm not going to take a mistake that the coaches make, and I'm not going to drag it out and make the case for why TC sucks as a coach and why the offensive coordinator need to be gone. And we need a new You know how we get. We throw the baby out with the bad boy. I ain't going to do that. Now it's 7-3 with a game to go ruin Alcorn season, man. You crazy.
Hey, man.
Oh, man. I ain't telling nobody how to think. Love y'all. But this is what I'm going to tell y'all. Hold on. I am going to get amped up, Zoe. I am going to get amped up. You know what my amped up is going to be? I wish you would be just as passionate about your support for this team when we play teams like Texas Southern. I will give you that. Somebody said, we need to hire a damn special teams coach. You know what my response was? Boy, I'm glad you said that, dog. You know what Coach T.C. Taylor should be able to do? Hey, Jack State fan base. Hey, supporters. I need a special teams coach. It's going to cost me $80,000. I need y'all to go ahead and put that money down and let me go get some more coaches. Don't get to stuttering then. Yeah, we need all that. We need a special teams coach. We need a defensive line designated coach. We need all that, but they cost. They cost money. They cost money now. And I ain't trying to tell nobody they can't have their opinion, because y'all know what we like to do. We like to complain, explain, and don't do nothing. But when you start saying, hey, I want you to be mad enough to be a part of the change, and let's get better together. Let's grow together. Let's get him what he needs. Because the previous head coach had I'm gonna do this again. For whatever reason. I don't know if he was giving them IOUs. Hey, look, I'm going. Hey, look, Zoe, look. I'm going Power 5, bro. Look. Come on in. I need you to move to Jackson. I'm going Power 5. I need you to. I'm gonna take care of you this season. We're gonna get out of here and I'm gonna go get you a bag. I don't know if that's what he was telling them. But what I do know is, we had a special teams coach. We had a coach for every position with 4 damn analysts at Jack State last year, and we were still squeaking out victories. I'm just trying to tell you now. So Coach TC ain't got the staff that Coach Prime had last year. Now y'all got to ask the right questions for whatever. You know what? Man, I ain't finna go back and forth with you. I like when people get talking crazy. Y'all don't want dialogue. You want people to come in here and say, you want us to come in here and cuss the coach out, don't y'all? You want us to come in here and act a damn fool, don't y'all? But I want y'all to understand something. This platform is built on the backs of the support and relationships. Man, we're not burning no bridges. I can say that the coaches had a bad day play calling and go right and talk to the coaches. Y'all want to throw the baby out with the bad water and want us coming here acting a fool. And just because we ain't acting a fool like y'all want us to, y'all think we making excuses for the coach. We said it can't happen. Whether it's coaching, whether it's bad mistake by the player, that can't happen. That cannot happen. It's 4th and 4. We get the ball back. We get a first down. We run their timeouts out. Ball game over. How in the hell does that happen? I don't know what happened. So I said that already. I don't know what happened. What I do know is we had 12 damn men on the field and we got a penalty in a first down. So my question is, why? You can say it's coaching and just say, okay, cool. But do you want to know the why? Some people don't want to know why, though. I do. I guess I'm just nosy enough to want to know what really happened, right? I don't want to just be like, okay, you know what? The coaches suck. You guys win. Let's move on. What else we got to talk about? Because that ain't dialogue. And I'm gonna drop the I'm gonna drop the link. We know boosters are fans, obviously. Yeah, we know that. A lot of stuff you can critique. It's gonna come down to preference. It's gonna come down to style. But again, first half we look pretty darn good. Second half, whew. Even in the first half, we made some questionable calls. Like I said that already. I'm not gonna be redundant. I didn't like the play calling. I didn't. Love you, Coach Mo, but that wasn't good today. That wasn't good, though. Not in my book. Not in my opinion. Too predictable. We went that way when we should have went this way, in my opinion. I don't like playing around with second and short. I don't understand that. I'm not a fan of that. I don't play around with second and short. I want first down. Give me my first down, and let's reset the chains, and then we try something else. That's how I want to roll with that. I'm just not a big fan of all that other stuff, man. Especially when you got a staple of backs. We come on this show and we talk about how great how good our running back room is, right? Give them the ball. And when it's second and short, what my brother first at? Put anybody's name on there. Give Mr. Moultrie the damn ball. Give Mr. Miller the damn ball. Give the running back the damn ball. 1st and 3. And we throw a fade. Well, we won't. We flirted with disaster today. We just look, man. We went in dark mode today. So we wanted to make it interesting. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'm glad we won though, because this would be a bad live if we lost.
Hey, I tell you what. On a better note,
bad live we lost, man.
Look, on a better note, Jacobin is 3-0 as a starter.
That's true. That's true.
Like I said, got some more growing to do. Needs to get better, but you got an offseason for that, man. But I think after this game, and even more so the way we look, I think this bye comes at a good time. Hopefully that JD can actually get a little bit more healthy and have Irv back as well for this Alcorn game. Hope if they come in and have some success next Saturday. Both teams coming into the Soul Bowl at 7-3. Alcorn needing to win that game to clinch the division. So they'll have a lot to pay for, and we'll have a lot to try to stop and to salvage to end the season on a good note.
So let me tell you something, bro. I want this for all these football experts. Today's game ain't got nothing to do with the game in 2 weeks. Not a single solitary thing. It don't. People feel like, oh man, Alcorn whooped Southern today. So what that mean? Man, we barely beat Texas Southern. We better play better. Alcorn gonna whoop. Man, that ain't got nothing to do with that game.
It don't.
Different games. I've seen us be terrible. Y'all remember we were terrible when we went down to Alcorn and we whooped them boys, man. I'm talking about we were terrible the whole season, bro. And went to Alcorn and we was out there dancing on them boys. And look, I remember we were good. And Alcorn throttled us. Had a good game, good preparation, and got smoked. And then we 5-6. So we go down that thing's terrible. We got a losing season. Ain't no winning been going on, but boy, we go to Lorman and we went down there and did our thing. And we didn't care because we were like, we beat y'all. So I don't think that game in 2 weeks has no bearing on nothing. It's the last game of the season. We have nothing to play for. We got house money. Win, lose, or draw. Our season is over.
And we're at the crib.
Now, that don't mean a whole lot right there because
I'm saying we're on the road. I mean,
I get it. But I do feel like that game is one of them games where it's like, dog, where's Alcorn? If you need to be motivated to play against Alcorn in 2 weeks, boy, if you need to be motivated, come on, man. It's what, man. This is what we look, man. I can't wait. We're gonna be competing in the tailgate area. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So trust me, man. We haven't played good at home. Maybe because 2 of the 3 home games we had, our attendance has been ass. We want to sit there and talk about the coaches not calling a good game. We ain't supporting, but we support like he called plays. How about that? And I've been there to see it. You want him to call better plays, support better. I know that ain't got nothing to do with neither one of the two outcomes. So.
No, man, but when it come down to it, man, again, from an offensive standpoint, man, I actually, like I said, I think we're pretty much all in unison on things that we don't like. I mean, it was a few things that we saw, but to me, again, not really being a fan of the play caller, to me, the main thing that stood out outside of that was O-line regressed today. Like I said, 94 just dominated the line.
I think regress is not a good word. I disagree with that.
Well,
I think they had a bad day.
they had a bad day.
Regress. I ain't gonna say regress.
You're right. 94 gave them at work, bro.
On what side?
Huh?
What side he was on?
Right side, man.
So it's Quay?
I mean, left side of our line, right side for him.
So Quay had a tough day dog today.
Man, 94, boy. Woo.
I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. I just was I was frustrated with a lot of stuff today. Now my frustration was during the game, but I did want to lead the game and I wanted to take away the positives. And I'm done acting a fool. I cut up a little bit.
But I think from our now that was just on past situations because they got pressure. They got pressure. Plus, you add to the fact of us holding the ball on certain play calls on certain plays, and then other certain plays holding the ball too long. So it's kind of both. But running the ball, man, they did their thing on run blocking. I wish we would have actually handed the ball off a little bit more. Even when JD went down, man, Desmond did his thing, man.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say Moultrie was doing his thing running the ball. And I actually wanted to see Ahmad a little bit more than what we actually saw him today.
I think we did too. Especially KT Dub. He was feeling about that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We should have seen Ahmad a little bit more. And I think, number one, with them having as bad of a run D as they do, I just think the game, because to me, I feel like even on the first drive that we got the ball, it was kind of a sign of things to come because the first drive, pass, quarterback run. Then it was pass again. It was like
I was on the sideline saying, "Are we gonna get the ball to the running back?" That's what I was saying. We gonna run it here. Still not right now.
And we got away from actually running the ball. I honestly feel like this is one of those games where it should have been an old school game in a sense. I don't care about formation. I feel like, man, our running back should have really told it that mail today. And we didn't. We threw a lot more than I think we should have.
That's why when I say sometimes we get a little cute when we don't have to, when you look at the game plan, that's why I said we was going to learn a lot from we're going to learn a lot today.
Well, I mean, look,
we got a team that's giving up a lot of points, got a lot of yards on the ground. You would think that we would go in and attack them with a weak. But I will say this, though. Quay needed a game like this. This is a fact, by the way. Appreciate you, them boys. This is a fact. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what I said on the sideline. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of some of that. I was like, man, we go backwards too much. This is the most offensive regressing. Boy, I was like, what? We were like, beep, beep. It's like we was moving in reverse a lot of the drive. And I was like, that had a lot to do with the type of plays we were calling. Those wide receiver screens, you're throwing the ball behind the line. So you're already in the shotgun, 5 yards off the ball. And you're throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage. So if the DBs make a good tackle, though, you're already you're backwards. You're 3 yards behind the line. Then if you try to go east-west on the running game and you bounce that thing out and you get tackled, that's a potential loss of yards. I'm like, how the hell are we 3rd and 14 right now? But that's kind of how it was happening. And I feel like we were going backwards a lot. And again, that goes down to just having a good game plan. It wasn't the best day at the office today, but if we can win a game, we won a lot of games not being our best. And I'm okay with us wanting perfection from the coaches. But this is what I'll say about that, Zoe. I'll put it on me. I feel like if I do have the right to say, man, that wasn't a good call. That wasn't very well, man. You didn't do that good. But when I say that, Zoe, you know what that do to me, bro? When I'm pointing, 3 fingers are pointing back at me, bro. And I'm saying like, all right, bro, what can I do better? Because I feel like I got to earn that complaint. That's just me, though. But maybe that's why I get frustrated when I see certain things. I don't like just complaining and not now if something is just idiotic, it's just idiotic. You know, you call it what it is. But Not to the standpoint to where I'm not trying to understand and it just be like, man, what were we thinking right there, man? Okay, all right. Let's get better though. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna sit back and say people can't complain about what they saw because they ain't go to the game. Like that's not what I'm saying. I was being facetious when I said that. I've already covered that. But what I will say is this: we got better today. I mean that, bro, because I came away from that Pine Bluff game feeling like, man, just some energy that was in the room that needed to be, that wasn't jiving well. You know what I'm saying? So today, that was pretty good. So the stuff that you build a championship team on today, it showed itself today. You feel me? Like that showed itself today. And I saw some things that we could really build on as a team for the future. If we're able to maintain and keep a lot of this stuff together, I really feel like our coaches are gonna elevate their game. And sometimes elevation requires screw ups. The best fertilizer is manure, man. That's why you go get some of that stuff, man. What they say happens, right? But those that know landscaping know that manure is actually a really good fertilizer, bro. So you say the freshman got his butt whooped today. Hey, man. Hey, guess what, Zoe? He can take a lot from that whooping. He can take a lot from that whooping and be better.
Quite is going to be a good player, man. It's a true
freshman.
He's
going to be good, man. True freshman. How many true freshmen starting at the D1 level at left tackle right now? And I'm not saying that it ain't a lot of them. I'm just saying, like, when he could be going through strength and conditioning, possibly redshirting and developing his technique better, he's thrust into the starting lineup at Jackson State University. And he whooped some jokers now. He whooped some. He done had his battle of whoopings.
And he didn't come in until he wasn't playing at all until like the third or fourth game of the season, something like that.
No, he wasn't. So this is when. What's up, Kobe? So this is. I'm glad you're here, Kobe. So when we talk about a North Carolina Central, and we go talk to Josh, right? Our buddy HBCU Nightly, Josh Sims, right? Shout out to Josh. You know what Josh told us a while ago is that a lot of those guys that played in that Celebration Bowl all came back. Just remember that continuity. South Carolina State went through this. There's some teams that may have these young folk that develop and they stay within the program and they go take their lumps and then they come back stronger and better than ever. So, we hold it staying together. I like what I see. You get Coach Beef and them off season to go in there and really take the players that want to stay. And then we know what I found out today. There's some players on that old lines, though, that's coming back. So a lot of that whole, I listen, the line that you saw today, with the exception of our right tackle, I think, is going to be returning. If all stays intact, all stays impact, you're going to see that same old line. So that's continuity. Then you add those new bodies and you continue to get better. I like our potential, but that doesn't take away from the reaction that we saw. Everybody has the right to feel how they feel about what they saw today. The only thing I just don't want to do is the win feels better than actually losing. The win feels better than a loss. And I'm just happy because I really want to finish the season 8-3, Zoe. I really want to finish the season 8-3. I am serious about, I really want that. So I'm in Al Davis, Oakland Raider days. You know what I'm saying? I'm LA Oakland. We're gonna go to Oakland. I'm in a just win mode. You know what I mean? So and listen, I'm gonna drop the link now. I'm gonna drop the link. Yeah, man. I know y'all. Yeah, we heard Big Bo. He might have some more eligibility left, man. I ain't breaking no news, but just telling y'all, we that's cool, and it's cool. Even if he called the timeout wasn't the problem. It's what happened after the timeout. I think we all agree on that. We can't have that happen. We cannot have that to happen. We can't have 12 go out on the field and give up a first down without them having to work on it. Hey, Margo, what's up, baby? What you got?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's going on with
Man, we
you?
won. I feel good.
Most definitely. Hey, look, man. The game was cool to me, man. The main thing I was just really irritated about is when we even with the penalties, well, I'm gonna say this before I say that. Yo, the refs today, yo, they had me so confused, man. I ain't know what was going on, you know. But the one thing that just really blew me, I could deal with a lot of play calling because I understand that Mo, this is first year college play. I could deal with that, He learning on the job as well, you know. But whatever, because the offense is still moving. We punting here and there, but ultimately the offense is still moving down the field, you know. But the one thing that did blow me, man, was in the second half, the third quarter, we was 21-7. And we had the momentum, and we was on the 30-yard line, 4th and 2.
I was going. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot to talk about that. Thank you. Go ahead.
That completely blew the momentum that we had driving down that field, man. We had an easy opportunity to go 28-7 and take the life out of Texas Southern, man. That's what blew me, and to me, that's what changed the whole dynamic of the rest of the game.
I felt like if you go for that, even if you don't get it, it's cool because you still gonna be in the spot. I wanted us to not be conservative right there, and I was like, Travis just popped on. Travis was with us today. I said, bro, we go for that, we get the first down, and we put our foot on their neck, we put them away, and we chose not to. We get a blocked field goal. Damn, and now it's still 21-7. They go right down the field. The other running back, Corey Howard, he runs a 43-yard touchdown, missed tackle, by the way. And then we gave him, now it's 21-13 when it should have been 28-7 or 24-7. We don't know, but I would have went for that in that. Let me pause right there. Kobe, what's good, brother? Hey, man, congratulations to South Carolina State. They upset Howard for homecoming, but we ain't gonna talk about that tonight.
Yeah, hey, man. I just got back from just got through the house from that game, man. I just want to get on here just to see what happened with y'all because obviously I couldn't keep up while I was at the game, so that's why I tuned into this live. I want to know what happened.
No, it was a lot of what you've seen is what we discussed. We went up, we was in control. We scored before the half, 21-7. We pretty much in control of the game. It was less than a minute left after we scored, going into the third, into halftime. We come out, we did not score again in the second half, and that Mago just actually made the point of kind of what happened. When the defense stop you, they stop you. But when we got in our red zone, we was right there on the edge of the red zone, I think, and it was 4th and 2. We was moving that thing. We was moving it, and I feel like we would have got it had we went for it. Matter of fact, we used the timeout during that time because we went out there to go for it, and then we decided to call a timeout, and then we came out, kicked the field goal, and it got blocked. So again, someone can say that's coaching. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like we're not really sure or second guessing. Like again, that was somebody said today it was a green coaching day. A lot of first times, and we got put in some situational football that we just didn't do very well. And folks got to allow us to be okay with saying that and just say, hey, we love you, we support you, but we got to be better. And I think they'll say the same thing. So Texas Southern scores with 10 seconds left in the game. So let me just give it to you.
That's why I look so close.
Yeah, so what happened was they went down when Corey Howard scored. They missed the field goal because of a bad snap. We tackled them 21-13. And then it just 21-13, 21-13. We back and forth. And then this is when the turning when we talked about so we stopped them. And we stopped them in the middle of the field. It's about 4 minutes. What was time left on that thing? About 2-3 minutes to go in the game, Zoe, you would say? I know they still had 3 timeouts, but what wound up happening was it's 4th and 4. We go into we send our punt team out there. We call the timeout. We go safe punt. 7 goes out to receive the punt. We got 12 men that lines up on the damn ball, and we give them a first down with like 2 minutes. Like, you know what I'm saying? They get a first down gifted by us, and that's what people say. Look, man, that was coaching. That was coaching. It's coaching.
Nah, somebody just wasn't paying attention.
However you want to look at it.
Somebody just wasn't paying attention. You go over this in practice. You know what you're supposed to be on and what you're not supposed to be on.
Don't say that too loud, man. You trying to protect the coach.
You like if you play sports, you know exactly what kind of what kind of situation you supposed to be on the field in? You go over this. You got walkthroughs for this. Somebody just messed up. A player just messed up. It's that simple. Ain't no coaching.
So look, first down, bro. And we they basically milked the clock. And it was a couple of times I was like, I said to myself, I'm actually glad. I actually said this, I'm guilty. I said, I'm glad that their coaches are performing about as bad as ours was today with play calling. It's a situational football. They didn't do very well as well. But they got down into the red zone because of was it a first down or a time? What caused it? I don't remember. Anyway, long story short, we got a sack, bro. And it's third down. Shout out to D. Davis. He fumbled the ball, but his knee was down. So they go through the review.
He bobbled the ball too.
He bobbled it and recovered it though. So I was watching. I was watching on the phone. I was, he was down. He was down. They got that right. 10 seconds ago, they called their last time out to save the 10-second runoff. It's 10 seconds ago in the game. They got the ball on the 20. Slant route. I mean, it wasn't even slant. It was skinny post right in the middle of the field. Hit him wide ass open, man. Bam, right in the chest. Bam. And it's like, damn, they scored 3 seconds left to go in the game. And now they got to get a 2-point conversion. And we held them. Tim Stewart got his second interception of the day, intercepted the quarterback in the end zone. And it was real dramatic at the end. We was all like, phew, boy, we survived that one.
You know what? I did see that interception clip. What kind of throw was that? Like, it looked like it just like it was like a duck and somebody's buddy.
He overthrew the receiver by a long shot, and Tim Stewart was back there playing safety, and he threw it right to him. If I'm Tim, you got to go down though. Tim running in the end zone. I'm like, they don't need to running, bro. Go down. You catch the interception, go down, bro. Good thing Tim was strong. They were trying to script the ball.
Yeah, I'm like, don't fumble.
I saw he put somebody in the dirt. I ain't gonna say no names.
But no, that's the game, bro. That's the game. So you leave out of the game 21-19, and you feeling like, damn, we got another game. We left meat on the bone. And I think people just desire to see Jackson State whoop somebody's butt. And I'm gonna just say it like this right here, and I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna tell y'all what we've been seeing. Kobe Paul needs more reps. Kobe Paul started.
He started.
He played all game. He got subbed out like all the other wide receivers. He played. Trust me, Kobe played. His snaps weren't limited. Now, if you want him on every single play, every single possession, that's not realistic. But
I think what he's trying to say, man, he need more targets.
Oh, okay, more targets. That's subjective too, Yeah, but I'll say this: Jack State was saving their best for last. Kobe, we're gonna have the most complete output of football from start to finish, all 3 phases when we play Alcorn. I'm calling it now.
I can't wait to watch that one. I can't wait to see that one.
Hey, Ken, I'm gonna say this, brother. Zoe, I gotta say something to you, bro. I was listening to the live on Friday, and I just picked up a shipment from Fort Wayne, Indiana, headed to Chicago to pick up my next shipment. And I heard what you said, bro. Talking about what the COVID was gonna do, and I started to pull the truck over then and get on live. It says, "Oh, you just screwed everything up, man." Yeah, he was gonna do it.
Time out, dog.
You say Joe? What you're saying is he jinxes.
Yeah, he do it every time.
Hold on. I'm really starting to see now. Explain to me how I jinx. I want to hear this.
Because
because don't ask you a question. Get
it said because
he could have went for 300 or more. But since you said it just screwed up everything. Why you had to say
hold on. You still answer my question because they're gonna cut it. If you're gonna talk loud and say somebody,
I gave you an answer.
No, you ain't give the right answer because they don't answer.
Well, I expounded on that.
Stuttering now.
Huh?
You stuttering now.
No, I expounded on it.
No. When you come and give a declaration like that, you gotta give your answer with the same energy.
I did. You jinxed it.
Because they don't answer.
Oh, man. Well, okay, so I say this. Texas was exactly what I thought they was gonna be. They talented individually, But as a team, no.
That's a good
I
point.
thought we should have pounded the game, pounded the ball more, because obviously you can run on them. I think they place a lot of emphasis on not being beat over top. So they gonna give you that short intermediate route, and they gonna give you that run game. You see,
And
well, I ain't gonna
then,
say they gonna give it to you, but you can go out there and take it. You see, go ahead, Ken. Go ahead.
nah, you said something. You're right, bro. And that's where people got frustrated because every time we went down the middle of the field, it was there.
Mm-hmm.
It was there, and people won't. I'm okay with death by 1,000 paper cuts. If you're gonna give me the underneath, then I underneath you to death, and I make you adjust. I make you do. I make you beat to my drum. And I think for those that love aggressive play calling, man, the swag is different, man. And Jack State is a different type of bunch, man. We know football, man. Jack State is our everything. Ain't no NFL in Mississippi, man. Jackson State is our NFL. So people watch the game. They know the game and they watch the game. And people aren't as stupid as you like to make them out to be. When bonehead calls are made, it really makes you say, "What the hell were you thinking?" Like what? I probably did that more today than ever. I was like, "What? Like what we do that for?" Yeah. But it's passion, you know what I'm saying? We won the game, and I just didn't want to. I would say it this right, like that first down, it just can't happen, bro. And I'm gonna find out exactly what happened. I really am. I'm gonna find out what happened. Let me say this while I'm at it, man. I want to say this while I'm at it, man, because I found out this at the game. This has nothing to do with the football game, but Margo, this has. I want to say, man, I want to say rest in peace to a good brother, man. Found out that Aaron Harper, man, passed away last night due to a car accident. Corey told me about that. And
Yeah, I saw it.
those that know, Aaron Harper was part of that amazing state championship winning team with Justin Reed, David Sanders, Tommy Kelly, Kamari Ballard, um, Marcus Terrell, all those guys, man. And he was coming from Ole Miss where he played ball at. And I was like, what? And, Aaron and I played. I played on the baseball team with him. The Warriors. Shout out to my brother Mike Barnes. Grove Park, man. We go all the way back to as kids, and I never knew Aaron was as good as a basketball player as he was until we got old. And I was like, dang, bro. Harp got old. He got taller, and then he just could shoot the cover off the ball, man. It's just heartbreaking when you see that, So to his family, to the friends, and those that had a great relationship with him. And then I left out Otis, man. Shout out to Otis Gaines, man. I know Otis is in education now. But that just crossed my mind, and I just wanted to say that, man. For those Jacksonians that know Brother Aaron Harper, man, we praying for him and his family. Just want to say, our condolences go to him and his family, man. Just love on your loved ones, bro. I can't say it enough. Man, I can't say it enough, man. Be intentional about living life, man, and just know, we all got a number that's going to get pulled at some point. So don't spend too much time mad about stuff you can't control. I know sometimes we want things to go how we want it to go, but sometimes it don't go how we want it to go. If you get the victory in the end, a lot can be taken away from that. I think the biggest takeaway for me, I just wanted to say that. I'm sorry if that was very impromptu, but I did want to make sure that I say that. And I got one more thing that I have to say because I want to shout out a good brother at the tailgate that came up to me today, and he wanted to make sure that he let me know, Brother Jarvis Gaddis. And he wanted me to send a shout out to his wife, Brittany Gaddis, man, big time supporters of the channel, and donated to the platform on the spot, man. I'd be real uncomfortable, Kobe, when people come up to me and be like, "Hey, man, can I give you something?" I'm like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So, man, but shout out to Brother Jarvis Gaddis and his lovely wife, Brittany Gaddis, man. Thank you to everyone for their support of this platform. And we're going to continue to do it, man. It's a labor of love, man. When we get on this channel and we say what we say and people say what they say, man, it's not from a malicious place. It's not, man. It's not. We can be better. I think we all know that. We can be better in various different ways. But anywho.
Can I just say how dope I think it is that he chose your platform to do that? Like to give the shout out to his wife. That's so fun, man.
He run up on me. And man, he was like, he don't. I was like, all right, bro, thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? And man, that was something. So shout out to Brother Gaddis. Thank you so much for the support. It's just amazing how many people run up to us. Where's Zoe at? Man, where's Zoe? I told everybody Zoe gonna be at the Alcorn game. He gonna be at the Alcorn game, y'all. Now, if he decided to change his mind, that's on him. I told y'all you're gonna be, but no, it was great, man. The support is amazing. Continue to support the platform. Hey, man, we're gonna do bigger things, man, going into the 2024 year, man. If Lord willing, say the same. We still rocking and rolling. We all got our health and strength, still doing what we do. But we 7-3, Kobe. What's your thoughts, man? First year TC Taylor. Hey, man, obviously it didn't go how we wanted it to go. We wanted to be in the SWAC championship this year again for a third straight year, or we wanted to be a part of that lustrous FCS playoff talk. You know what I'm saying? I hate that we lost to Alabama State, but has Alabama State lost another damn game since they beat us?
I haven't seen them.
No.
They lost.
No.
They beat Grambling today too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And they switched quarterbacks, and they just got on a roll all of a sudden. But we should have beat them. And I wish we could be 8-2. And folks were talking about us in the playoffs. I would love to hear that conversation, man, and we can go beat Alcorn for a chance to be 9-2 and play in the playoffs. Damn, I would like, but I settle for 8-3. 8-3 is a special number for me, man.
It's good. It's a good season. I mean, he's a first-year head coach who came out when literally everybody in the HBCU landscape thought y'all was gonna go back to business as usual, aka losing and being under 500, and you come out and have an 8-3 season. Man, please. That ain't nothing to be ashamed of. That's a great stepping stone, building block for TC. And now the expectations next year is going to be even better. Be even higher.
I think you finish 8-3, you whoop Alcorn, you feel real good. You go in the offseason, you keep you re-recruit the room, you keep all the pieces that you want to keep, and you retention. You retain all the that you can, and if those that feel like the journey at Jackson State has come to an end and they decide to go a different route, you wish them well and love them as they exit, and you go and get some more players that better fit your mold and your model. Because I don't know, this is what I will say. Coach TC didn't know what kind of team he was going to have, man, because he didn't know who was going to be a part of it. So it is what it is, man. It's still been a lot of changes. It's been an injury-riddled season, man. I do want to say this, you guys. I talked to Juice. I know a lot of people have been asking about Juice Reynolds. He gave me permission to say this today. Juice had a concussion, and the type of concussion that he had is going to force him to have to retire from football. So, but he's a businessman, and he's trying to. So what he's delving to get into, from a business standpoint, nonprofit, having diversity and inclusion type programs in the city. Man, he into some big time stuff, man. And he really wanted to be able to come onto the platform to talk about it, and with the fans and the support. He thought it'd be a great opportunity for us to sit down with him, and the fans could show their support and talk to him about that. And he's not down and out, man. He's definitely in great spirits, man. He was on the sideline today. For those that don't know, Julius Reynolds, number 95, we call him Juice. Some people call him Crazy, whatever they want to call him. But he had a really bad concussion this year, and I'm familiar with that because I had a concussion, and I was like, F this, I'm done. And it didn't retire me. It made me say I'm done. And then two, I was familiar with David Ash, man, living in Austin. David Ash, who was a quarterback at UT, had several concussions, and he had to retire from football. So football is a brutal sport, man. That's why we got to be a little bit more, understanding. These young men go out here and put their lives on the line, man, to wear that uniform with pride. And we rather complain about the way the uniform look publicly. I wish we just stick to the blue and white. I wish you just shut the hell up, because it ain't cost you. And it looked good today. We look real good today.
Those uniforms did look good.
We looked real good today. I like the blackout, man. The players loved it. They did. They loved it. And this is how I look at it. If the players love it, I love it.
That's what it's all about.
They had their hands in that, man. Oh, he's back playing football? I didn't know David Ash still playing football. Okay, he came back. Cool. But at the time, he had retired. Maybe it was because Charlie Strong came to UT and he didn't want to play for him no more. I don't know what that was. But anyway, maybe he got healthy. He was like Dylan Watson, our kicker, who retired due to a back injury, and then all of a sudden his back got better. He came back. All right, cool. But the Black looked good today. Shout out to Dominique. We always, the folks be giving her a hard time. But Dominique, you do a great job, sis. You do a great job. Different look today. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I don't know what we're going to wear against Alcorn, but we got a little time to figure it out. But that's all I had, man, when it comes to the game. I'm opening the link for y'all to come up. I'm in good spirits tonight, man. I really am. I'm glad we got the win, and now we're one step closer to finishing 8-3. I think that's going to be great for us. And I really want to eliminate Alcorn. So Prairie View can go to the SWAC championship. I want Prairie View to win out, and I want Alcorn to beat Texas Southern next week. And I want Alcorn to need that game, Kobe. And I want to beat them and eliminate them. And we can play, go home.
Oh, it is this year.
I know G out there. I know we coming, G. I know we coming, baby. But we need that game to mean something so we can go out with a bang, man. It's gonna be a great recruiting weekend too. So hopefully we're gonna have a ton of recruits there to recruit during that weekend so they can see how we do this thing, man. So, but some people gonna have the narrative for the next 2 weeks, man. Alcorn look dominant in Jackson State, man. They look bad. Jackson State gonna lose to Alcorn. We're gonna shock the world.
There ain't no world beaters, man.
My bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Kobe. You good?
Oh no, I was just saying in terms of recruiting, what's TC looking for his team? Is he trying to get faster? Is he trying to get bigger?
Everything. Business is booming. We want everything. We need linebackers. We need edge rushers. We need more linemen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that he ain't gave us no blueprint, but when you look at what they recruited,
Cornerback.
Some wide receivers. We got a quarterback coming in, some DBs, some cornerbacks, linebackers, edge rushers, some more D linemen. We're going to go recruit every position. We're trying to get better, stronger, faster, tougher. And we're going to finish up with the boom, Dante. Don't worry, because that was a it was a slaughterhouse. Shout out to the boys up in Detroit. Slaughterhouse. That's what it was. The ocean came in. They were low on water today.
Yep.
Yeah, where Sonic Boom hit that water and knocked all the damn water out the damn ocean today. Yes, sir.
Ken, I want to add this.
One last thing. I got a hot take. This for you, EA. Y'all better hope Alcorn don't go to the SWAC championship. I got a bold prediction. If Alcorn goes to the SWAC championship, they're gonna upset FAMU. That's all I got on that. But anyway, I agree with that. I come back there later. Now Kobe, if Prairie View lose a game, Alcorn win the West. Period. It's done. Grambling got 3 losses. Southern got 2, so they got the head-to-head. Prairie View is the only wild card. If Prairie View wins out and we beat them, then Prairie View goes. But if Prairie View loses against, they got Southern next week, and then they finish with Alabama State. Tough. Prairie View wins out, we beat Alcorn. Hey, if Alcorn mess around and go lose Texas Southern next week, that's on them. But I'm telling y'all, I'm going to tell y'all why I say that. And I ain't getting into that. I'm not discussing FAMU. I just think Alcorn does ugly football better than anybody. Just leave it at that.
That is an underrated statement.
No, I'm dead serious. Fred McNair is true to form. They play ugly football. It ain't sexy, is what I mean. It ain't pretty. It's grinded out, tough, gritty. And if we would have played grinded out, tough, and gritty today, I think we would have had 35 points, and they probably would have had 7, in my opinion. But we chose to get pretty and got cute, and we wound up making it harder than what it needed to be. That's all I got on that. I'll let y'all roll from there.
I think we need a petition to eliminate screens from football. I think we should all start a petition and get.
I'm with you, Kobe.
Running back screens are cool. I don't like them wide receiver screens.
It never works, man. The majority of the time, it never works. I'm tired of it.
Man, they low percentage plays, man. They work sometimes, but they not. My thing is this: if you're only gonna get 1 or 2 yards, there you go, Nook. I was waiting for you to let us know, man. Glad you made it, bro. It's been a great week spending time with my brother, man. Had a good time, man, this week. But no, listen, if you're only gonna get 1 or 2 yards for screen plays, you might as well run the ball.
Seriously.
Because your potential of breaking a tackle and getting a big run is about the same as a wide receiver screen. That's just my opinion. So, anywho, anybody got anything else? Anybody? He ain't nobody thinking about you, man. I ain't thinking about no rattlers. I just want I'm rooting. I just want y'all to know I'm rooting against y'all.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
I'm gonna say this too, and y'all can feel how you want to feel. Ain't no swag love, homie. Go to the celebration bowl. Y'all go to the celebration bowl. I'm rooting for Davius Richard. Yeah, I said it. I'm gonna give y'all the same thing y'all gave us. Ain't no swag love. We root for North Carolina Central over here, partner. Let me stop, man. Let me stop. I'm cutting up there. I'm cutting up.
Hey, look, Ken, don't get me started. I'm all the way with. I'm JSU or nothing.
Hey, look at that. Go Eagles. Go Eagles. Y'all, we gonna pull a U on y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. Y'all was nasty to us them 2 years. We went to the celebration bowl. Wasn't no swag love. But I'm gonna go get a North Carolina Central Eagles hoodie, and I'm gonna go live and be sitting there watching celebration bowl just like that.
Hey, Josh gonna love that, bro. Josh gonna love it.
I said Davius Richard. Ain't no damn David.
Well, look, all in all, man, hey, the criticism, I understand it, but at the end of the day, man, first year team, first year head coach, you're looking for the continuity. This is what building looks like, y'all. Who, for the ones who probably never been I've been on a rebuilding team before. I know how that looks and I know how they feel. And this is it. You know, you're gonna have some ugly ones out there, bro. But as long as you continue to take steps forward, today we took a step forward.
Know everybody. Yeah, that's that Tallahassee bubble y'all in.
Yeah, man, come on, bro.
Y'all ain't won nothing for it to be against y'all. I'm sorry, bro.
Man. I'm just saying, Ken, man, them folks ain't won that in 20 years. Come on, bro.
Shaka took the bait, man. I said that to see if he was gonna resurface. I knew he was out there somewhere. Glad you can join us, Shaka.
Yeah, you know, I mean, congratulations, bro. But man, y'all ain't won that in 20 years, man. Come on, bro. Come on somewhere with all that. Yeah, you had the league conference just to win something. But
go ahead, man.
But I mean,
they
ain't won
yet. Man,
you can't really fit it because they ain't won that yet.
Well, that too. Appreciate it, though. But you know, like I say, you know, if you ever been on a rebuilding type of team, man, this is what it looks like. You know, and you got to grow. You got to just go with the growing pains, man. I know once we're talking about Quay Davis today. You know, how big. Hey, this probably was the game he needed. You know, to go ahead and get him to the next level. He just a freshman. You know. And I was looking at him like, man, it's huge, bro. You know, his sophomore and junior year, man, I can only imagine. Go ahead, Keith.
No, we had the tailgate yesterday, and I wanted to make sure I said it the right way. I was in the men's restroom, and before I exited, he came in. And he's a big old boy, man. And I was talking to him, not in the urinal, by the way. I just want to make sure y'all understand. We was talking about standing by the door. And we started talking about Ethan Terrell, and he got a younger brother that is also an offensive lineman that we're trying to recruit as well. So I was like, man, we gotta get your brother. He was like, yeah, he's a real soft-spoken kid, man. He's you can tell he's real. He's still coming into his own. You gotta think about it, man. Quay's 18. He just had his prom, man. Just had his senior prom, man, and now he's starting D1 offensive lineman, bro. For you know what I'm saying, for D.I. Love Jack State University. So. But yeah, it's all good. TD came in right on time, man. I'm done talking. I'm gonna shut up. I said all I had to say. I was just thinking about you, bro. I said, damn, TD gonna have to come in on Monday and give his reaction and we're gonna have to turn it all over to him. So I'm glad you came up. Have you listened to the show?
I have, man.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
have excellent review, excellent comment by everyone. Man, my had an auntie, man. She turned 70, man. So we had a family, family gathering for her, man.
Happy
And
birthday,
so
auntie.
yeah, man. So I love my fam. So I had to go show my face. But I had my earbuds in, I was listening, checking out, everything that was being said. I'm gonna go back and rewatch the game and be able to elaborate more. I'm not gonna prolong the show tonight. I just went on left, made it home real quick and jumped on.
Oh, bro, you got to give us a raw reaction, like not you don't have to expound. I know you wanted to go in depth Monday, but you got to give your real raw reaction. Come on with it. Come on with it.
Well, you guys know I'm one of the ones that believe in any given Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday. So no matter what a team's record is, it all depends on how they scheme up and match up against you. And so I said they play a similar defense to Alabama State. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, that defense always, give us always give us fits. So I was, I'm sitting there watching the game, and I want to say this too, because I heard, people talking about the offensive line. First of all, I'm very impressed with Quay Davis. Like you said, with him being a freshman and him starting his third game. I mean, he started the third game of the season, fourth game of the season. I think the young man played very well. And I've been speaking on him pretty much all year with his attitude, his tenacity, and saying he would talk noise on the field. So he has some nastiness in him. So I am impressed with him. Matter of fact, I think the offensive line did fairly well when they came together, gel, and started playing for the rest of the year. Now, I heard the criticism of the offensive line, but let me say something else about that. Some of that comes with the scheme. The offensive play call can help dictate. If you see that there's an issue somewhere going on with the offensive line, sometime a play call or a help out over here can help that situation or change, the way things can go. Now, some people I heard people yelling out, far as with the quarterback, well, throw the ball away. If you throw it away and you throw an interception, then that's a problem. And if you don't really know football and not watching the whole field, you don't realize sometimes it's better for a quarterback to just eat the ball rather than just go off or just throw the ball away, throw an interception, or lose yardage. So, it all depends on what it was. I think the defense played really well. I think the defense played good. Probably could have played. Probably should have played better. I don't think we blitzed enough to put any pressure on the quarterback. I think a lot of the plays that they was running, and I kept saying to you, Ken, I said, watch the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? When they kept faking going to the right. At some point, it kept leaving that right side or whatever side he was coming from wide open. And I knew at some point they were going to pull that thing down. So, I think the defense had a pretty good game. Could have been better, possibly, for sure. So overall, man, I heard you talking about the mentioning of the play calling. I'm not a fan of the East and West either. I think we should have went downfield. And even with speaking with some of the players, they were well. We wonder what happened to our tight ends. I mean, it's amazing how they disappear. How they appear one moment, they superstars, and then the next week they non-existent or little to no existent. It was, and when those guys catch the ball, they make things happen. They get downfield. So I think that was the biggest takeaway from the game to me. Was probably the play call. And Ken, you said something that was very interesting. You said the crowd that was there, which was a decent crowd. It was a nice crowd, and they was energetic, Kobe. They was in the game. They was cheering pretty much louder than the band. But then we started getting those 3 and outs. Then we started getting the play call, and everybody, and people who don't know football, it's kind of like, what is that? I'm serious.
Hey,
and
what
then
did I say? What did I say, TD?
Yeah, then all of a sudden it went from there to, till they stopped cheering because what happened, we weren't even moving the ball, and it was putting the defense in tough situation. And then the punter was kicking the ball lights out. I mean, McNo has been on his game. He kicked the ball like he passing the ball. And then sometimes, the coverage is not there. So again, my biggest takeaway probably would be the play calling. Now, for statistically, did Jacobian have his best game? No, but he still had 3 touchdowns. He was 25 for, I think, 34, which is not bad at all. At 100 and
because I ain't seen the stats yet, so they up now. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was 25 for 34, 182 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Okay,
but 2 rushing and 1 passing.
Damn,
so
there is 0 and 100 yards. I said we
dude, you sent me a tackle for Law he gave up.
I know, bro. Keep going.
Also, Ladarius got over 100.
He got 106.
Yeah, 106. But
look, man.
But look, hey, let me say this. I know everybody say numbers don't lie, and they don't. Well, that could be facetious because he had maybe 1 or 2 big runs.
TD, pause for a second. Excuse me. I'm about to block EA. Yeah, you about to get blocked, man. Go ahead, bro. I ain't mean to cut you off. Sorry about that. Let me go back on mute. Cause EA, ain't no more rattler talk in the chat, y'all. Come on now. y'all sprinkling venom all over the chat. I need y'all to stop, please. Go ahead, bro.
I think you could block the word, ain't it?
I ain't gonna. They good people. I ain't gonna mess with them. I ain't gonna mess with them. They good people.
But yeah, man. I mean, if you look at it, look at his numbers. You gotta understand. When you play quarterback, again, it's gonna work either one way or the other way against you. Again, you fumble the ball, you throw the ball for an interception, you throw the ball. Well, why didn't you do this? Why you didn't do that? Again, if you're watching the whole play, if you're reading the defense, if you're reading the field, which most people don't, they're just looking at the ball. Some of the decisions that the quarterback make, because a lot of fans was critical when we had JB in the game. And what a lot of things that he didn't do, should have thrown the ball away, should have did it. Why did he make that pass? Now Jacobian look like he's pretty poised and know how to make pretty good decisions. Now, everybody had bad games, bad situations, and bad plays. But I think he had a decent game at the quarterback position. I do like the fact that we tackle better. I mean, we tackle much better. Everton, he made some. They wrapped up Kobe. It wasn't no shoestring tackles. It wasn't no ankle type thing. Those guys wrapped up, and the corners covered very well. So there was no fumble. No, there was no fumbling. I would like to have seen.
I said that's the big one. No fumbling.
Yeah, man, no fumbles. I don't think there was no interceptions.
No turnovers at all today.
So we had no turnovers at all. We had no turnovers at all. So
the only fumble we had was a missed snap, but we recovered it. It wasn't a turnover though.
Yeah, it was high.
Yeah, that high snap. Had a lot of high snaps. But keep going, TD. Keep going.
Right. And I think Jacoby picked that one up and tried to run with it. That block, that penalty against DJ, that was iffy. I think it could have went either way. I didn't see enough to call it back. I mean, he was wrestling with the guy. I mean, I really don't. The guy wasn't gonna make the tackle no way. So, but hey, I mean, it was called. But yeah, man. I mean, again, you got to give credit to Texas, Texas State as well. I mean, Texas Southern as well, man. I mean, most of their games they were in, they played tough. So I don't know what anybody think that would be different, when they came in to play us. So that's pretty much my take on it. Like I said, I wish the running back would have got the ball a little more. I wish we would have tried to go downfield, even if it was a situation where Jacoby rolled out. And another thing too, Ken, I would like to have seen more slant, more shorter plays. I mean, some of the plays that Jacoby took hits on and probably shouldn't have, because he had nobody to throw the ball to.
Them long developing routes that it wasn't. Again, you said something that was critical. You got to help out. You said scheme in relation to offensive line play. Like it just
right
about your guys. I mean, we only had like a little bit over 300 yards total offense today, and it wasn't a whole lot. Like it wasn't a lot. I think wait a minute. I think is my math right? Let me go back to that. I think I'm right, but I'm gonna make sure I confirm that real quick. 1 second, y'all.
It was on the DJ Stevens play. Yeah, I guess he might have been holding.
I want to mention something though, TD, to your point. Big day by the tight ends last week. This week, DJ had 2 receptions for 13 yards. Hayden had 1 reception for 6 yards. No touchdowns. It's very similar to what we did earlier in the season when we weren't going to the tight end. You said you wanted to see more slants. I would have just liked to have seen us get more of, DJ got a first down. It was like a 19-yard first down. But listen to this. DJ had 2 receptions. He had a long reception of 19 yards, and he had a total of 13 yards. So did he have a 6-yard reversal? I'm telling you, the stats are funky, man, because Isaiah Spencer had 1 reception for 1 yard. That's the only way you can do that is a wide receiver screen. It makes no sense to me. Like it's Kobe Paul led with yards today, 4 receptions, 60 yards. But Ahmad Miller, 3 receptions, 0 yards.
Man, the telltale stat though over everything for me in this game was, again, we gave up 12 tackles for loss, and we only had 2. They almost doubled us in total yardage, and they had the ball literally like 11 minutes less than what we did. But then the other thing too was what was I looking at? Was the main thing that won the game for us was the turnovers. Outside of that, they had more first downs. I mean, they were 8 out of 15 on third down. But then we had 32 plays. They had 63. Oh, that's what I was going to get to. Yard per completion. That's the telltale sign. Jacobian had 25 completions for 182 yards. His average completion was 7. Texas Southern average completion was 12.
Good stat.
25 completions for 182 yards, man. That's just.
And he showed you he could spin it.
Yeah.
Wow. Again, I just wonder, does this coach mode I don't know. I'm trying to learn his philosophy. His reason. I just felt like we were going in reverse way too much today. I didn't get it. We were literally killing our own momentum. We were. We were. It just was like it was. I was recording. I was trying to test out the recording, trying to grab the touchdown in the red zone. I'm standing behind the end zone. Kobe, I had just said, you know what I said? Can I say it? I said, man, fuck this shit. I'm not gonna record this shit no more. I was so goddamn frustrated at the end in the red zone. I was like, I'm done with it. Then right after I said that, that's when Seven scored the touchdown on the out route. I said
we all had a moment.
I was like, because I'm trying to record it, and it was a bad snap. It just got real goofy. And we went up 14-0, and I was like, whew, my goodness. You know what I'm saying? But we won. That's the key.
That's all that matters.
We had a lot of things that happened today we can build up on. Nothing that I didn't see anything today that wasn't fixable, though. Because one thing, you can win and have shitty attitudes on the sidelines and people pouting and complaining and all that type of stuff. I don't think that stuff is fixable. It is fixable. It is fixable. But there's different ways of fixing it. My point is, bro, you must have been watching me. This is exactly how it happened. Ask Levine. I said, man, I turned the phone off, put it in my pocket, and walked out and just started watching. I was like, bro, I'm not doing this no more. That ain't. Let me go back to not trying to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like we had some opportunities. But this is what I say. I say this and I mean this, man. Everything I did see was fixable. It was a tweak here, tweak there. Don't overthink that. Keep it simple here. You know what I'm saying? We lost a lot of timeouts on looked like just personnel errors or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, we second guess certain things. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty much how the day went for us, man. But in the end, it's hard to win a game, man, and we won 7 of them. And Southern wouldn't be happy to have 7 wins right now. Oh, yes, they would. Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. How many? Kobe, I'm pretty sure South Carolina State love to have 7 wins right now. You know what I'm saying?
Man, don't even get me started on that.
But go ahead, TD. I'm sorry, I'm done.
No, man. What I was gonna say was, you know, and I know it's been mentioned, but I think what it is with our offense, I think people want more aggression. People like killer instincts when it comes down to football. They want to, you know, go ahead and you know, snatch any thought of I'm gonna beat this team, I'm gonna stay in this game, and you know, let's just go ahead on and, you know, punch him in the mouth and get it over with. Too many times, week after week, you know what I'm saying, we've been in situations where we could have done that. And go ahead.
No, I'm feeding off you.
Right. Too many times we could have done that. And on 4th down and 2, we are on the 30-yard line. You know what I'm saying? We don't go for it. We did that about 2 or 3 times today. I don't understand the logic of that. And then we go ahead and score then.
Yep. And Margo came on the show and said that same. He said he felt like that was the turning point. The 4th and 2, where we decided to kick it and we got it blocked.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. I mean, I don't understand that. So one thing, you know, I would say about aggressive coaches and aggressive, you know, I'm not good with prevent. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and get it done, you know, and put the other team in position where they feel like they can't win. You know, we let them stay in the game too long, you know, and that give people that can be stressful. You know, when you pulling for your team and you allow people to stay around like that, and you can cause you to lose games. So, you know, I think a little more aggression will work.
I agree. I actually agree with this. Like, again, you look at some games, but again, I think Coach C, the staff gets a pass regardless. They finish 8-3. We squeak out some ugly wins. The expectations are gonna be set. The floor will be set. The foundation will be laid, and then going into year 2. You say, man, you want to see us not make those same errors. And I think the staff is going to be far greater next season than they will this year. I really believe that, because there's still some cohesion. There's still some trying to figure it out together. You building something, you know. But I'm going to pause there and say, Trav, before TJ go, what you got, brother?
Man, y'all pretty much hit on everything that, you know, you could possibly say. I would say the frustrating thing for me today, if you could say frustrating, too often it feels like we're playing ourselves more than our opponent. Like we just kick ourselves in the teeth so many times, like fourth and second. And Kim, to you say you still trying to figure out Coach Mo. Man, I'm starting to wonder does he even have a philosophy. Sometimes it seems like he just spinning the wheel over there on the play sheet and just calling something. Like it was a couple plays where we said, okay, if your running back gets 5 yards, he earned the right. 2 pass plays, tunnel screens, negative yards, back to back. And then you do something wild on fourth and second. Just hand the ball off. They can get 2 yards. It's easy. That would be my only thing, though. Y'all pretty much hit on everything else.
We had some moments, bro, and it was a lot of question marks, but I look forward to the press conference. You gotta get Coach Mo and sit down and talk about, how,
Hey, Ken, one more thing I want to say before the TJ go. You look at the record. I'm definitely, like I said last night, it's definitely a great thing, with everything that had transpired with the players, the coaching staff, and everything. The turnover that we had to still have a winning record, like we had, like we do. If I were to pose the question, I would say this. To what degree does our play, affect recruiting? Because we had some ugly wins, and recruitment doesn't lie on totally the record. Sometimes we got them at the game, they look for certain things. So I'm not saying that we're still not going to recruit heavy. We're still not going to have a great recruiting class. I think we are.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah. Because matter of fact, I know we are. But I'm just saying, man. In other words, if I was a running back, if I was a wide receiver, if I was whatever, and I saw some of the things that transpired, it'll make me question. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense, Cole?
I think it's a fair question to ask. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think. I think recruiting is altogether a different thing.
Yeah.
Because recruiting is all. I know you asked Kobe there, and I'm gonna let Kobe jump in, but I do want to give TJ a chance. Let me say this about recruiting: there's so many layers of recruiting. There's NIL, there's playing time, there's personality, chemistry, there is familiarity with systems, there's players that play for them that they know, there's comfortableness in the city, prestige, the look of the university, uniforms, fan engagement, all that stuff matters. But in the end, one thing that we never really talk about a lot of times is education, the educational side of it. You know what I'm saying? The degree, the educational side, as far as career paths. And I know that's also a part of it, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's so many different layers. Having been a part of the recruiting strategies that our coaches use, it's pretty it's pretty freaking rock. It's rock solid, bro. I gotta give. I was highly impressed, TD, and I never reveal what they, how they do it, but just witnessing each step of how it's laid out and the way we recruit to the athletes. It's no wonder we hit a home run. And y'all know we got the best fans, and we crazy as hell now. But we got some good fans now. Hey, we crazy. We are crazy. We are. I say we. But
the ones that show up.
Huh?
Said the ones that show up.
Yeah, I ain't gonna get into that, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But I think I can't wait TD till we get into our off season. I can wait, but because football season is over in 2 weeks, man, for us. So I just kind of sucks. But and we waited all year for this damn time. So but then we get into the off season recruiting, and then it gets fun, and you start doing it all over again. It's a good question. And then TJ, I'll let you go. How many first year coaches inherit a top recruiting class? I don't know if inherit is the right word.
The better question should be how many first year coaches? No, I thought the better question would be how many first year coaches recruiting their ass off to get them.
What is it? Inherit a top recruiting class. Not many coaches inherit.
You don't inherit anything. You get what you work for.
Yeah, I don't think inherit is the right word for Coach TC. He inherited a
He
tough.
I
inherited
wouldn't say inherited would be the right word because you still, when you come in, you still got to re-recruit the room when you come in.
well, no, he had to even supersede that because even with re-recruiting the room, he still had to. He inherited 60 new players.
TJ, what you got, brother?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
From TJ,
Good, man. Yeah, I was a little disappointed, man, and just what I saw today with the, with the off, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I just felt like, we should have been a little bit more fluid. Like it just seems like our offense doesn't have a true identity. And it seems as if, if one, or two guys are out, then the offense doesn't really have, it kind of just becomes stagnant. It's almost like in some way it can be too reliant upon certain individuals. And I think, we have enough athletes to just put a system in place, and those guys should be able to work within that system. And I'm kind of like with you, Ken, man, like just the screen plays, it just kind of gets old. That's, to me, that's a play that you hit somebody with here and there, when they're, not expecting it. But I just felt like we should have, went vertical a lot more in this game and actually ran the ball as well. I mean, not to take anything away from Texas Southern, but I think we could have put up a lot more points on the board today. And us, kicking that field goal on 4th and 2, I just felt like, we should have gone for that and taken our chances with the defense.
Totally agree.
And one thing about those screen plays, in every game, you can almost guarantee a pick six. That's how we got to. That's how we got to win against UAPB. That long screen plays. I mean, there's
screen plays are low. They're high risk, low reward plays to me.
Right.
Okay, the Kobe Paul was a screen. Was it a screen? No, it was a short route. But I think I'm just not a fan of vertical. I mean, of horizontal football, man. I'm just not. I never will be. I don't even care who's calling the plays.
The thing is, it used to be innovative, but people have caught on to it, and they still trying to run it. It's let it go.
I think time to call it when it's situationally, when used and executed properly, is beautiful. But you can't be your bread and butter.
Right. I think, man, we should have utilized the tight ends more. I mean, the way we played last week, that was a really good brand of football. And I think, we have two tight ends. I understand when Jensen being out, but we still have, Hayden and DJ. And those guys really do some special things when they're out there. Like Hayden is a heck of a blocker. DJ is for sure hands. And I just think, just kind of spreading the ball around to those guys. And, when the double teams come there, we can try to, use Isaiah Moore or Seven or, Ahmad Miller and Moultrie. I just feel like, I think Coach TC has the ability. He's already I give him a good grade, but I feel like he's going to have some tough conversations, with some of his staff in terms of, what he wants to be as relates to, the type of coach and what kind of legacy he wants to cement with Jackson State. And I think, in order to do that, there's going to have to be some tough conversations had about how he wants his offense to look, every game. And I think we sometimes tend to play down to the competition instead of just playing our brand or standard of football. But we're still trying to figure out what that standard is. So it makes it difficult in that regard too.
And the last thing I would like to say about the style of football that we played and not utilizing tight end as much, what it did, it also kept people around the line of scrimmage and allowed them to blitz and stay and keep 9 or so in the box. So when you have those type of plays, then you're trying to run the play in, try to run the quarterback and run those. I mean, it's going to be difficult. You have nobody spreading the field if you're not keeping them honest, and they wasn't kept honest today.
My goodness, thank you for the donation. If anyone would like to donate to the stream or to the platform, you can hit the ticker at the bottom, Cash App, PayPal, Zelle. You can donate through the Super Chat. Thank you so much for the support. I agree, actually. I agree with everything you're saying. I just think I think we're establishing a foundation of winning. We're winning. And I don't like sexy losses. Not a fan of sexy losses. Not a fan of productive losses. Not a fan of amazing losses. I like to win, and we're winning more than we're losing, and that to me is the foundation for what Coach T.C. Taylor is doing. You can only judge him by what he does. I'm okay. That's fine. You know, he takes a CEO approach. He's an overseer, and he really does try to allow his coaches to do their job and not try to jump in and you know what I mean. But that's a great point, TJ, because in the end, you're gonna have to have a self-evaluation. You're gonna have to have evaluations, and you're gonna have to decide. I think a lot of these coordinator and position coaches are year to year. But for folks that don't get it, you know, there's I think those contracts end at the end of December. You know what I'm saying? And then you decide who if you're gonna go back to war with them, and are there gonna be some coaches in the room that get other opportunities due to other relationships or whatever the case may be. And then you have to, you know, I would say re-recruit your coaching staff, or really just, you know, go find some good cohesive coaches that you can bring into that room and be a part of the collective coaching staff. And then you go from there. So he knows. I mean, Coach C, this is what we do know. Coach CC he's been an offensive coordinator. He's a championship offensive coordinator. He's done it multiple times, 5 times to be exact. So he knows how good offense is supposed to look. He was an offensive player. He was a quarterback and a wide receiver. So, of course, he knows. So I think, you know, those are the types of assessments that we're going to have to see, you know, going into year 2. What changes do we make? You know what I'm saying? How do we be better situationally and just kind of build from there?
Let me ask you fella this question. Does it seem like sometimes, to me, it seems like we try to force things on offense sometimes, rather than trying to attack the opponent's weaknesses on defense?
A lot of times.
I think we go into the game with a game plan that this is what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if when we can't do it,
we force it.
What we do next? And that's the thing. And the only reason that's really open for like debate is because people go by what they see. You feel what I'm saying? They go by what they see. They're not in the huddle. They don't know what's being called. They just look at the product, look at the execution, look at what it looks like, and then they make their assessment from there. So I think, you know, great reaction by everybody, man. Love it. You know, I dropped the link, man. I would love for you, some more people come up here and talk about what they got to say. I'd be tired of reading all y'all damn comments. Y'all come in 77 times and won't jump up on the link and just spend 3 minutes saying what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? So
earlier, did y'all say that was Quay Davis's 4th career start?
Probably more than that.
No, he didn't start until the 4th game of the season.
There you go.
4th, yeah, okay, the 4th game of the season. And like, people was upset about his performance.
No, they just called out the fact that the young man on the defensive side had a really good game today, and he kind of gave him a whooping there. He gave him a welcome to the SWAC game. He gave him a welcome to the SWAC performance today.
I feel like that should be the only way to look at it. He had a welcome to college football moment. That man's a freshman. You expect him to be an all-pro Trent Williams out here?
You know what? I'm a agree with you. I'm not gonna say it's a welcome to college football or welcome to SWAC moment, because he struggled against which game was it? Was it Alabama State or Bethune-Cookman? One of the two.
Texas State.
Huh?
Texas State, he actually played pretty well.
I'm talking about at home. I can't remember whether Bethune-Cookman or Alabama State he struggled.
Bethune-Cookman.
Huh?
Bethune-Cookman.
But he struggled in those games, Kobe. But to your point, he had some great successes too, because his first start was amazing. His first start,
that was Texas State. No, because I wasn't the 4th game.
First game he started. His first start was amazing. He had an outstanding game.
That was Southern.
First game Southern, and he had an amazing game. But he had a good game against Texas State. So what I'm saying is, to your point, he's had some successes, right? Mm-hmm. But he's also, to your point, he's a freshman. So he's got, you know what I'm saying, growing pains. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But we're not expecting senior play from a true freshman. You know, because the thing was, he wasn't even projected to be playing as much as he is. So being that he's a freshman, he's going to get beat some games.
Right.
You know, so I'll just say I wouldn't say it's a welcome to swag moment. It was just he just you know, he didn't play up to the standard we kind of saw him play today. But that's fine because again, you can see now he's going to be a damn good player for us.
Hey, Zona Master, real. This is quick. I covered this early in the show. Don't want to go through it too tough, too longer. Same level of support, yes. Same number of coaches, no. What I cannot, I know for a fact that some of the coaches that was on the previous coaching staff wasn't getting paid, bro. Not like that. And if they were, they getting taken care of. I think they were being done by the previous coach. So he was in it to win it, and he did what he had to do to win and get to where he's at now. So it worked. But like I said to someone today that talked about, we need this, we need that. You know, I would say that we need to also be willing to do what we need to do to get it, make it happen. We at a point now where anything we feel like we can provide for this university and our coaches, we willing to do that, whether it be through initiatives, whether it be through fundraisers, whatever it takes, man. We got to be willing to do that because that's what they do at other programs. How you think they separate and go get the best coaches and all that type stuff? You do realize these positions are really only paid a certain amount of money through the state, but those salaries are subsidized by the boosters. They pay a lot of salaries that's way over. I think Nick Saban's salary, what, $500,000, something like that, base. But the majority of his salary, that other 8, 9, 10,000, 10 million, how much he makes, is paid through boosters or however they, the foundation or however they use it.
Well, that's every college, right? So I'm familiar with LSU, like they have Tiger Athletic Fund, right? Same thing we do here. You know, the state only pays so much of the salary. So, like, I know you guys watch ESPN, you'll see a coach just sign a new deal and it's so many millions of dollars, but you don't see the breakdown of it. The state only pays so much.
He said,
the rest of that money is coming from a type of you know, private sector. That's pretty much every institution, unless you know you have some lower level schools who that money is coming straight from the school. But outside it, everything else is coming from a private entity. And so to touch on the Ken's point earlier, when you talk about, you know, certain fans like, oh, well, we need a full-time special team coach. TC will say, I tell you what, I would love to have one too, but I made a choice. So I tell you what, hey, we let you guys get together and y'all mosey up to get $80,000 and we can go ahead and get us a special teams coach.
Is that really how much it costs for a special teams?
Nah,
I'm just throwing a number out there.
Just throwing. It could be, I don't know. I ain't gonna even quote nothing because I don't know.
I'm just throwing a number out there. I mean, it could be 100,000. I'm just throwing out there. But the point I'm saying is, you want it. You can have. We can have whatever we want.
But
let me say that we can have whatever we want.
Put the money up.
So, but this is the thing. This is why I be wanting y'all to come up here. Trap music. You gotta come up and that's why we be wanting y'all to come up. Cause when y'all drop comments like this in the chat, they be wanting to know your thought process and like really explain like what you mean when you say that. And I'm not saying right, wrong, and different. I just be wanting to know what, you know, the thought, what comes behind that thought. He said he'll do it for 65K.
Do what for 65K, Mr. Brown?
Special team coach.
Yeah, he probably be good at it too because he know his stuff. I mean, for real, he
Sign up for that JSU by 40, you get them coaches. There it is. What the hell is Deion chose JSU over Power 5 school? No, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
That ain't true.
It's not. That's not
different. That's different. Is he talking about who is he adding? Who is Deion on here? It might be a Deion on here. Look like he adding somebody, so I'm gonna stay out of that conversation. But if you're talking about the previous coach, then that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true at all. But anyway, we not going down that old swamp water road. Brother GA, come on up, man. I gotta have you. This is chat talk. But the chat is a part of the live, so when but anyway, GA, what's good, good brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's good, good brothers? How y'all doing this evening?
What's good?
How you doing, brother GA?
Hey, I heard everything that everybody had to say. I just came up here with one question, and it stems back from the preseason selection for the All SWAC team, and I want to know: do y'all think we're gonna see some revisions for the Tigers?
For preseason for next year?
No, I'm talking about All SWAC this year. Are we gonna get some nominations?
Yes, we are.
That's all I'm saying. You know, because people been
It
talking.
would be a travesty to not have a JSU player in there. We lead the FCS in interception. We up to 17 interceptions right now.
Dang.
Yeah, you know,
17.
it can't. Yeah, I just, I just want to come in and just, highlight on that. You know, I saw what I saw, and we talked about all that.
Yes, sir. I agree. I think we'll have some all SWAC selections. I do believe that.
No.
Absolutely
And,
do.
well, I just want to say our head coach told people that they didn't know, and they've been kind of mocking that just because we're not making an appearance, for championship or celebration bowl. And we got some guys that have been really displaying some stuff. And I just wanted to hear what your thoughts was on that.
Well, I'll say this in relation to the they don't know. They didn't know. And it turned out to be true. But we didn't get the wins that we wanted to get. A lot has changed, man. This has been probably one of the most adversity filled seasons I've witnessed a coach have to deal with, and with it being his first season, hey man, it is what it is. You know, he could have got some more, but he didn't get it, and we live with the results of what happened. But we building, man. We coming, and if you didn't get him this year, you might not get him. I believe that. I really believe that. But I do feel like at the end of the season, I don't know which players because we got one more game left. But if I had to, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm on Tim Stewart got 4 interceptions right now. I don't know if he gets in there right like that. BJ got hurt. BJ Washington was doing well. He got hurt. You know, is it one of them things where the stats don't really support it because it's so spread across? But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm with it, Ken. I just came in here to maybe just to break up some of the monotony, man. Everybody saw what they saw and feel how they feel, and but we got some guys that been balling out this year, and I'm a huge fan of Tim Stewart. I like Kobe Paul, and I'm very biased toward DJ Stevens, and I'm not gonna forget Mr. Party in the backfield himself, and we got some guys on the other side of the ball offensively that I can't wait to just flood social media when they get their recognition that they deserve, and I'll fall back.
I got it. You got it, man. You got it. I appreciate that. We're gonna he said I owe Coach Bradley an apology. The defense have been solid. Yes, the defense has definitely improved, man. They have definitely improved. And I think yes, they have. They've definitely improved. Does it have a lot to do with Coach Bradley being on the sideline? Maybe it does. This is third game being on the sideline, and we've seen a progression each week. That's a part of learning your personnel, learning how to coach together, getting your feet wet. We got a first-time defensive coordinator. We got a first-time offensive coordinator that's calling his own plays for the first time. You got a first-time head coach. You see what I mean? So we got a lot of firsts.
And plus, plus you hadn't been getting a whole lot of sub, right away on offense and defense. So it allowed some of the players to gel, what I'm saying, and work together in harmony to be able to read and feed off each other. So that probably has been somewhat of the difference too. But all in all, man, hey, like you said, man, we have a winning record. We won the game today.
I got a question before we get out of here. We beat Alcorn 21-19 the same way we beat Texas Southern today, and we eliminate them. Is it y'all gonna feel funny, or you gonna feel good?
I'm gonna feel real good, Ken.
Hold on. Great question.
No, that ain't a great question. It's very simple. The same energy you get tonight is gonna be the same energy you're gonna get next week.
And so he's not having his blue and white glasses on. No,
I will go and keep it a book. Let's go and keep it real. Yep.
Man, let me say this right now. I ain't giving no scope. I don't give a damn if we win by half a point. If we win by 1 point, I'm talking about by a block field goal, I am going to lose my
Stop.
You hear me? I want to beat Alcorn bad, man. I want to beat them bad, man. I want to beat them. Because I don't want to go through what I know we're going to have to deal with if them jokers win, man. We coming for you. We coming for you, man. I'm letting it be known, man. I'm letting it be known. I know y'all worried. Now, listen, I don't care if Alcorn goes to the SWAC championship game. Because if Prairie View loses, they win the West. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That is none of our business. I want that dub, man. I want that 8-3, and I want to close. I don't want 7-4. I want 8-3, and I want that win. And I do feel like if they go to Tallahassee, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm picking Alcorn in the upset because that team, merch pack, you damn right they scare y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all are worried. Because they play the style that y'all don't. And I'm going to tell y'all, tell Willie Simmons to delete that video because he's celebrating too quick. Y'all ain't won none yet. Y'all already celebrating like y'all won a SWAC championship. You got to win the game, bro. You got to win the game. So, anywho, that's all I got tonight, man. It's been fun, man. It's been a great week. Outstanding job by KT Dub and Nook and TD. And just a great week. Closing out the season and doing what we do. Thank you to everybody for the support. The coaches were just taken back by what we were able to do. The basketball coaches, men and women's basketball coaches, the football team is greatly appreciative of what we do. But man, that's it. That's all I got on the reaction. I'm gonna watch the game, and now I get to go watch the game with knowing that we won already. I ain't gonna have no emotions. I just kind of want to go back and watch it and just look at the details of what actually transpired, mainly in the second half too. And then we'll come back Monday, have a really good show. Hopefully some of you guys that's in this chat to be chirping and yapping. That's always here. I think all you folks, man, that go for, merch, EA. I think all of you guys should become channel members. Appreciate the support. Yeah, get y'all one of them. Let me see.
Green one.
Gold is close to orange. So get you one of them gold get you one of them gold memberships. But anyway, man, I appreciate the support. I'm done for the night. I'm done reacting. That's my reaction. Hey, man, we won. I think, but I took a lot away from that we made some progress, even in the midst of the adversity, even in the midst of the questionable things. I think we got better as a team, and I think the adversity we're going to build from. And we got 2 weeks to prepare for Alcorn. We got 2 weeks to prepare. And usually when we come off a bye, we come out looking pretty sharp. We came off a bye and went to Alabama A&M and kind of put it together. So I just would implore all the young men that went out there and fought hard with them black unis on today. Don't start flirting with that portal, man. We was talking to a coach on the sideline, Texas Southern coach. Shout out to him. He said he was at Florida State with True Thompson and Isaiah Bolden and Josh Griffiths. You know what he said? He said they got players that left them zone, that went to the portal, and they're still in the portal. Still stuck. So just finish strong and let's come back together. Let's go into the off season, put that work in, and let's come back and be better than 8-3. And let's get to 9-2 or 10-1. We got to win the SWAC next year and let them know that it wasn't a fluke and it wasn't just our previous coach. So I like what we got. I like where we are, man. I like where we are. We got one more to get though. So that's all I got. So you got anything before we get out this joint? I know everybody watching Colorado and in Oregon State right now. I'm gonna let y'all go so y'all can go watch.
No, I was just watching your boy for USC in the stands crying.
Man, Michael Penix better win the Heisman or I'm gonna be pissed. They just destroyed USC, but keep going. Michael Penix Jr. for Heisman, people.
Yeah, he should win it. But nah, man. Yeah, I love go Tigers. 7-6.
Yeah, man. I would say this. Mr. Brown asked me a question. Mr. Jason Brown Sr. asked a question. And Mr. Brown, I will answer that question for you on Monday. I'll let you think on that. You want to know how many pieces of fish I ate? Can't. We'll talk. No, man, we ain't been talking about that. Mr. Brown, I'll let you know that on Monday, sir. And watch the video. It'll be out there.
Kobe, what you got, brother?
Hey, man. Great win for y'all. I'm happy, of course. You know, y'all like family, of course, second family. So definitely happy y'all came out with the win. One more to go. I would love to see y'all beat Alcorn too, you know, so we can all be happy together. And
it's happening.
This was a good week.
It's happening. We're gonna win. We beating Alcorn this year. Brother GA, I give you the last word, brother.
Oh man, appreciate it. I just want to say, Ken, that adversity builds character. I'm a firm believer in that. And I think this team embraces that philosophy. I hope these young men really continue to buy into the process. And yeah, that's definitely on my Christmas list. 21-19 win against Alcorn, because you know that Soul Bowl makes Thanksgiving food taste different, man. That's like a Civil War in the city. And
we beat Alcorn and we eat the next week. Oh, baby. You know, I'm trying to beat Alcorn. Go get me some good Thanksgiving food, and then I may go to Puerto Rico for the women's basketball. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to see if I got enough money left over after all this money we done spent traveling out. And I will say this: the Alcorn game, Lord willing, say the same, and we still here healthy and strong. We will have went to all 11 Jackson State football games this season.
Right.
So that's a great accomplishment. Looking forward to it, man. It's been great. And for everybody that was complaining, man, about, you know, or that has complained about uniforms and complained about coaches, we need all this and that, I got a great idea, man, for you and how you can help Coach TC get what he needs. We're going to end on this.
Great day to be a Tiger. JSU by 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for athletic program.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU by 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million. September to August, let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU by 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU by 40.